I'm here at the Rockstar Energy Mayhem Festival, sitting down with Jonathan Davis of Korn. What's up, Jonathan? It's nice to see you.
Good to see you as always.
So I have to tell you again how much I'm completely blown away by your live show, which is out of this world.
Thank you.
Visually, it's just super, super intense, and the whole industrial wasteland, and the oil pumps, and the fire, and the night sky kind of thing. And I was just, to me, it reminds me a lot of Pink Floyd, the like scenes like from The Wall, personally for me. You know what I mean? I wanted to know where all that imagery came from for you.
It's basically what I grew up looking at my whole life. All of us in Bakersfield, where we grew up, and I lived there. It's surrounded by oil pumps, refineries. It's weird when we came up with the idea to do it and actually saw it built. It just brought back all the memories. It felt like home up there on stage. The whole thinking behind the record, everything that was going around was us going back to when we were kids and when Korn first started. It was all about, it was just Korn or die. We just did our music, and that was all it was about. So it was about us. It wasn't so much going to our roots. It was remembering that and then putting it on, making a record now with us now, because it's totally different. Back then we were kids, we didn't have families, we were just crazy drunken idiots, basically kids just playing music. But over the years, you know, we all have families now and everything else, so it was about taking it and making it all simple. Everything fell into place with the set, just everything, the record. It was going back and doing things the old-fashioned way, and it really made us remember how great it is just writing and recording straight to tape. No technology bullshit, anything. It was just real. There's no click tracks, there's no vocal tuning,
like Pro Tools, nothing.
Nothing.
What was it like to just get into like a box of a room, just you guys?
The cat box was amazing. It was cool to be doing that again, because that's how we wrote the first record. That's all we could afford back then was this little teeny room. It was in Huntington Beach where we wrote it. It was I think the room was as big as this. It was maybe, I was like the cat box. Cat box was like 10 feet by 12 feet, and that was about the same 10 by 10 as what we had. And in the beginning when we wrote the first Korn record, it was like Head and Monkey and Fieldy's headstocks were hanging over David's drum set, and I barely could fit in there, and we all were just crunching this little room, and we just did our shit. And going back into that kind of setting, and we wrote this whole record. I mean, I wrote a lot of the music on the road with this fucking rig over here, and we took some of those songs and they deconstructed them and made them, you know, Monkey added his flavor to it, Philly added his flavor to it, and then Ray playing live drums was awesome. But us being able to sit this close, it was literally this close, and I could see what Monkey was playing and doing, and Philly could see what everybody was doing, and Ray was just literally right here in your face. Just, I don't know, it created this really cool vibe, and it excited us, because the previous records we did, we experimented a lot, and it was all good, but the way we wrote then was like, we just wrote a bunch of riffs and we cut them up in Pro Tools and kind of assembled a song. Then we go out into a room and then we turned it into the song. We did arrangement down, everything else. This thing was just right there, and we'd write it right there, and Ross go, roll tape, your track and drums, Ray. And it was just that quick.
Now the album is called Korn 3, Remember Who You Are, and you know, you got Ross Robinson producing it as on the first two albums, and this album obviously has, you know, goes back to those first two records and its rawness and power and just heaviness and brutality. What is it about Ross that brings that out of you guys?
It's basically, he strips everything down, and it's not about playing notes with him or what you're doing. He just wants to feel it. He wants to feel what we're feeling when we play, like with Monk. Here's an example of Monk. All the guitar tones on the record, he's basically playing through a clean amp. The reason it distorted is how hard he's hitting the strings. He wanted to feel the aggression, and it's him hitting the strings so fucking hard. Just shit like that. Or with Ray, it was hard. Me and Ray really got it bad on this record. Ross just tore our asses, and Ray wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill him, because Ray's done like 90 records. He's been played with lots of people, and he's an amazing technical drummer. But Ross had to deprogram him from doing that. He's all, I don't give a fuck what you play and how perfect it is. I don't care what you're hitting. I want to feel it. And it was hard for Ray to just try to get in that, but he pushed him, and when we were all said and done, he was like, we were hugging him, going, thank you so much. Same thing with me doing vocals and lyrics, everything else, it was really tough. It fucking was torturous for me, and the beauty of Ross is just making it simple. There's no slick production. There's no bullshit. It's just you feel and hear just simple shit.
What are like the deepest emotions that you touched in on this album? The main issues.
It's basically, this record was one big therapy session with me and Ross. A lot of people don't know this, but his mom's a huge self-help guru, and she developed these tools, um, and I basically was figuring out what made me so happy all my life, and it was just key issues. There was guilt and living in the past. Um, what is it? Pride, all kinds of shit. And people pleasing is another big thing. Learning the art of saying no to someone, because I can't, but I've been working on that. All these things set off this creative spark in me, and I just went there, and it was really, really, really hard getting there. And I really regressed back into horrible depression making the record. I wanted to kill myself again. Um, it was fucked up. Because the simple fact that I'd go in there for a couple hours and sing and go through all this hell, and then Ross was all, okay, see you later, and he'd go do Guitars and Monkey or something, and I had to go home and pick Pirate and Zeppelin up from school and be a dad.
That was my next question. So you had to suck it up and
Suck
go
it
back
up,
to normal
go
life.
try and be normal, and then I had no time to deal with it, no time to just, only times when the kids went to bed and I went to sleep, and I'd just lay in bed and just freak the fuck out. So it was hard. Definitely was hard.